Now we're back. It's time for the recap of Adobe MAX. Hey everybody, welcome to Adobe Office Hours. I feel like we pulled it off.
That was a good one.
It was a good one, thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to Adobe Office Hours. I'm Andrew Hockrattle.
I'm Nick Longo.
And we are going to be taking you through all of the things from Adobe MAX. For our friends in chat, say hi. Hi, friends in chat. Chat, let us know what you loved at Adobe MAX. If you missed it or if you saw it, things that stood out to you. We're going to try to do a little bit of coverage of a little bit of everything. There was a ton of stuff that happened, lots of cool things. So let's hop in. Nick, tell us about your bash.
That was a blur, wasn't it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it went so fast. 3 days, 4 days. I got there like the day before. You were like setting up and everything day before too. So it's like a whole week in a lot of ways, but it went super fast. It was, again, I think it went flawlessly. Everything went great. I thought the creative park was the best I've ever seen. I thought what you guys did with the community booth and everything else was so good.
Thank you.
Guys, they had a line.
Oh, yeah. Do we want to do a little swag show? Hold on. I have it in the other room. Okay, you keep talking. I'm going to grab the swag. I'll be right back.
So they had an amazing setup where they had a whole system where it was like you were checking into an airport. So you checked in, you got your ticket, you got a passport stamp, and then you're able to go all the way around and kind of do all these little installations and these little like engagement sections, which were really cool. And they gave out a ton of great swag. And now you'll get to see a little bit about what you got. There was some good stuff there for sure. And again, they had a line the entire time. So kudos to you guys and the team, man. Y'all did a great job.
This is your ASMR for the day, chat.
Nice.
Right, so let's do a quick little look at everything that was at the booth in
the creative park.
The creative park. So we were giving away, we had a little like airport theme going, and so everyone would go on their creative journey. And so you would start out and you would get a passport. So here's a little passport, official passport. This is all designed by Amy and Jen of Chutzpah Design. So you'd get a little passport, and then as you went through, you would get little like stamps in your passport. Hold on.
Please hold.
They're down here. So you'd get little stamps in your passport as you went through the booth, like a full little airport experience. You would start out and you would get your carry-on luggage. So this is like a little like carry-on tote bag.
A very hot commodity.
Hot commodity. This is a hot one. And then you also could get one of these little bags.
Even hotter. Hotter.
There you go. It's got a little Adobe little dangle on it.
Very cool.
And then you would go through. You could also get some socks. There we go. So we had these socks here that were available for the Career Center. They got a nice little pattern. Let's see if I can stretch this out and see. Nice little pattern on there. And then we also had, that was it. Well, we had some postcards that were available as well. And then you also got to take an aura photo, which I don't have one with me, sadly.
Ooh, what was that?
It would take your creative aura. So take a picture of you, and then it would like overlay different colors, and you could like decode what it meant about you. We also had these bucket hats by Chutzpah Design, and they are reversible. And so the other side has this really cool like Adobe pattern on it.
Thought of everything.
Right? So,
yep. That's good.
Yes. Really great time at the community booth. Hopefully one year you can join us. Lisa wants to join us. Yeah, hopefully you can join us one year. So let's hop in and let's talk about all the things. And we're going to do, we're used to us presenting in Adobe Express, but today we're going to be in Firefly Boards.
Yeah.
Firefly Boards, one of the biggest knockouts of Max for me. I'm using boards a ton. And you can see here, we have our board set up. These are all the different pieces of Max and kind of the recaps.
Yeah. Don't you like this? I like this presentation style too. It feels a little bit like we can make like changes on the fly as we're even presenting, like moving things around and then not even to mention what Boards does after that, but it's just a great way to present.
Yep, 100%. So Nick, let's have you start off. I think where do we want to start here? We want to start up here on the Max's back?
I guess so. Like the fact that it's back, it was in LA. Luckily we were locals, so we were like staying close by, and that was great. But like we had perfect weather, right? Like that was insane. I think it was like 75, 80. I think it got to 85 one day. So everybody from out of town was so excited that like they got LA at the best time.
Yep.
And we had our Dodgers in the World Series, so the energy and excitement that first night was crazy.
That's
Yeah.
true. The branding this year was super fun too. We had like
I like
it
it.
was very fun.
Did you notice when you see that Max one there, the outline of that was what was on the back of the sweatshirt?
Yep.
You know, that neat little like abstract shape. So I like that they like kind of like spin things off a little bit and made Max. They always had that thin kind of obscure kind of typeface for it. Remember?
Yep.
But
And
this
now
was
they
a
have,
full
like,
rebrand. Yeah.
And chat, do you want to know how to do this? Well, chat, if you want to know how to do this, I'll show you how to do this. But we'll give it a little while. All right.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. All right. So, Nick, where do we even start?
Oh my gosh.
I think let's start it in general with Firefly Boards.
You know what's cool? Even before, go to that stats thing. It's over to the right bottom of the Max logo. There's the stats one.
There it is.
That was pretty interesting. This was the first slide they showed at this. So I think everything falls under this thing. But the idea that there's a 5 times more demand for content out in enterprise, in businesses, and everything, and 77% of creative and marketing teams are hiring. So like that was a good thing to start with to kind of set the tone as to why we have to like efficientize and get really good with what we're doing. I thought that was an interesting stat. So just a good starting point.
Yeah, I think that's interesting too. There was a ton of new stuff. So let's zoom in here and let's take a look at like everything that was new.
Take a snapshot, guys.
Yeah, take a screenshot. This is crazy. So lots of Photoshop, some Illustrator stuff, Lightroom, lots of Premiere. I think Premiere is something that people are like really freaking out about. Some good stuff there.
Yeah.
Lots of Firefly as well. So you can see like tons of goodies here. And we also had sneaks that teased out some extra things as well. But
That was fun.
Let's go ahead and keep talking here. The keynotes. So if you haven't been to Max, here is the recap. The keynotes are when everything happens. You can watch the keynotes on the Adobe Live YouTube channel as well as adobe.com and see everything that was announced. Or you can just watch here for some of the things. Speaking of keynotes, Nicholas.
Yo, look at that.
We made it.
Guys, we finally made it. We
Chat.
made it to the big stage. Look at blurry and everything. No, but that dude, when we saw that, I think I texted it over to Andrew. He had got someone, I think someone sent it to you too. That was quite an honor, man. Look at that.
We did it.
Guys, couldn't have done it without y'all.
Yep. And the community podcast here, and then our friends over at File New.
Ryan got in there as well.
Got in
Nice.
as well. Thanks, Ryan.
Bro.
There we go. All right. So thanks to the keynote people. And Nick, you got to do a special little session as well. Tell us about what happened here.
Yeah, so we had a lab workshop and got to do it 4 times, which was awesome. I got, when you like practice something over and over again, I got to practice live, which was kind of cool. And it was all about like telling your story as a pro, and it was setting up your case studies to make a much better cohesive portfolio. So, man, the whole team was so awesome. That was great. That kept me from seeing a lot, but I still feel like we went, and I think we've got all of the good headlines here to share.
Yep.
So it should be fun.
So Creative Park was also somewhere that people got to come hang out. This was kind of a look at our mentor space. We also had the Creative Apprenticeship was hanging out. Nick, you got to mentor some students.
That was great.
Rad.
Yep. You guys did so cool. The little booth was so well put together.
Oh, thanks.
And these little chill booths, like, it's tough when you're in a big space like that. And to get a little bit of quietness and to talk one-on-one with someone, every single person had a different challenge or a different story. And I think that was so cool. Like, that's the one thing about the attendance there is there's no two people alike. Everyone's in a totally different environment or maybe like needed advice in something. So that was a pleasure to be a part of. You guys handled it so well. It was great.
And the Bash was just a huge party. If you missed it, Bash is great. It was a huge party in downtown LA. Please,
boy, come to Max the next morning you wouldn't have known anything happened. It was cleared up within like 5 hours.
Oh yeah.
They got it down. That was great.
All right, so let's hop into some features that got announced at
let's do it.
Adobe MAX. Let's hop in. Nick, do we want to just like start up here and kind of work our way through?
Sure. Let's start at the top one there.
Okay, so let's start here because this is where we are.
Yeah.
Let's start with Firefly Boards. So
There you go.
Firefly Boards, brand new. Nick, tell us about Firefly Boards.
Yeah, you've all wanted the infinite canvas. Now you have it, and it's this great way. We've been showing it to you for weeks now to mood board, to remix, to collaborate in real time. Multiple users, just like we do when we're using the same document over and over again. But what they've allowed now is a lot more cross-app workflow. Brand teams have enhanced through Express, and now you can bring that into there as well. And I just find it to be this new spot to like meet either by yourself or with other folks. And it's just a good starting point. And then you're tied into the whole ecosphere of everything else you use.
Yep,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So really, really great place for you to kind of like play around with ideas. And you'll see here that we use boards all the time.
There you go.
For like all of our stuff. So you can play around with ideas. You can brainstorm in here. And let's show a few things about Firefly Boards that maybe would be relevant. My favorite thing, I'm actually going to go over here. So Coca-Cola had a really cool activation that was in the Creative Park, but I want to show one of my favorite, and that is 3D in Firefly Boards. This is a new feature that just came out. So if you have a JPEG, right, this is just a JPEG. I've removed the background here. And what we can do is we can click on Convert Image to 3D. Then we're going to...
you can't. No, you can't. You cannot do this.
Dude, it's so good. Literally just 2 clicks. So select the image, remove the background, and then convert image to 3D. And what it's going to do is it's going to take this image, it's going to convert it into a 3D object. And just like that, we have a 3D object that we can use. We can rotate. We can do different angles if we want to see it at a different angle. We can also change the scale of it if we want to like, oh boy. I scaled it to
Firefly this is like your one and done. This is unreal.
It's like pretty cool.
I love this. Like, let's say the mood boarding tends to be very flat because you just find images, you bring them in, but to actually angle this and throw in a little bit of like that and throw in a little bit of like depth and perspective into your mood board that's so cool.
Yep. It's pretty cool.
Oh, look at that. Oh
right?
Gosh.
And so you can kind of create a little
generate a iceberg background, like, you know, for the Christmas holidays when you see the polar bear.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh,
Should we mention too about like what they're doing as far as the generative points?
Oh yeah. That's a big let's definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to like generate an image here, so let's just do a
polar iceberg.
Yeah.
Setting
on an iceberg. Oops, how do you spell that? Iceberg, snow cold. Sure. It's going to generate here. And what's cool is down at the bottom, you can see here that it says uses 0 credits. And Nick, why does it use 0 credits?
Because it's unlimited.
That's right.
Until December
1st.
Look at that.
Yep.
So guys, if you're not using this, it's all there for you.
Unlimited generations till December 1st. We got our polar bear.
Oh my gosh.
Paste it here. And then we can put our little cans. And again, we're using this for like brainstorming, concepting ideas. So maybe we want to have some ad or something. And then we can put some type there. So
you can make him holding the bottle.
Yeah, right. You're like, hey, give me this, make this. So really cool tools here for you to play around and really like reimagine your workflows.
That's great.
In Firefly Boards. We're gonna play around some more with this. And if you haven't seen, we've actually been using boards for some brainstorming for coming up ideas. Yeah, for a couple weeks here. So you can go back and watch some of those episodes of us using Firefly Boards, which is really cool. So
I thought a great standout they were talking about when they showed boards first like hour there was the idea of how many models are all within this umbrella app. And that's like if you do AI as much as like I do and like even just investigating it, it's so great that it's all in one model and you don't have to all in one platform really, but they look at that. Like all those different models that they're going to have in there and everything, you could try them all and see which ones work best for your like workflow or the project you're working on.
Yep.
Look at that.
And so what's cool is I've laid this out here in Firefly Boards, and it is a super like workable place to go to a different program. So you can go Photoshop, Illustrator, you can copy and paste straight through. As you can see here, we can just open this in Adobe Express, which is really cool.
Wow.
So it's pretty rad. Speaking of Adobe Express, I think that we should maybe go there next. And actually, I have an idea. I just want to see if this works.
Yeah.
I know that these 3D objects won't convert in, but if will it export my, will export layers into Express? Let's find out, right?
Good. Oh, I'm dying to see what happens.
All right,
here.
so I'm gonna put these here. If I select the artboard and then I go here and I go to open a copy in Adobe Express, I'm curious if it flattens it or if it's gonna keep all of the different pieces.
Drum roll. We'll find out.
Because we could use this to like animate and stuff. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers. Yeah, they're layers. Okay,
Dude.
wait, this is great. Hold on, this is great. So we can totally brainstorm there, come over into Adobe Express, and then boom, done.
It worked.
Yes. Okay,
Oh my gosh.
wait, this is great. Okay. Oh, okay, so then I do animate all, and then we do like a sunrise, and then it's going to animate all these pieces. Okay, this is pretty cool. All right, love this.
Good to
So,
know.
speaking of Adobe Express, let's stay over here for a second, and we can take a look at, let's use our YouTube thumbnail. Why not? So we have a YouTube thumbnail that we use for Adobe Office Hours right here. And you can see in the top left, we have this new button, this magical button that is in beta. And this is the AI assistant. So let's go ahead and toggle that on. And we are going to use the AI assistant to help us with our image here, which is going to be crazy. So, Nick, what do we want to do to this image?
Let's make it a Thanksgiving themed slide.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's do, let's say style this more for a fall color palette.
Ooh.
So
Now this
is using Adobe Express, but it is really like just playing around with text to edit, right?
Yes.
Which is crazy. So, all right, we have changed the color palette, right? And it looks more fall. It did do like an overlay on some of the pieces that we might not have wanted.
Yeah.
But you can come in here, you can edit, and then we can literally come over here and change the image filter. So you can see that it added a filter over there, which is not what we wanted. But you can go in and still do like manual details on a lot of the things. So let's start with a template here.
Get something from the stock.
Yep.
There.
So let's go ahead and let's start with a template and let's look for, sure. Let's say that we're getting ready for the holidays. So let's let's do holidays. Ooh, Scary Mansion. What was I doing for
What the heck?
Scary Mansion? All right. So we're here.
Probably last office hours.
Right. For the holidays. All right. This is going to work. So we're going to customize this template. And we want to, first of all, we're going to add in a photo of Nick and I in here, of course. This is going to be, Nick, this is our Christmas card.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, happy holidays, everybody. And do we have a photo of us in a...
It should be in the latest Office Hours 25.
Yeah.
I think it is.
All right, so let's drop a... Oh, my libraries don't always sync into...
Is there OH25?
Yeah.
Oh, there they are. You just had them.
Wait.
They were previewed.
Come back.
Scroll down.
Office Hours. There we go. All right.
There.
So we have it in Office Hours. Let's go ahead and replace it with, where is the picture of me and Nick? There it is.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to replace it with this one. Perfect.
Perfect.
Love it. Okay, so now let's go ahead and turn on this AI assistant beta here. And let's say that we want to have things be, I think that we want it to be more like maybe blue and red, or maybe, and it gives you suggestions.
It
Add
gives
a
you
soft
prompts.
snowflake overlay filter to the background image. Add a white glow around the text. So let's do this. Let's say, add imagery of snow and presents.
I wonder if you could even because you could tap into almost anything. You can almost say like falling snow, like a video, like snow moving, snow falling.
Yeah, I wonder if it will
Because
add
it could
video.
do.
Yeah,
you got video components in there ready to go.
All right, so we're analyzing, looking at all the different pieces. Let's see what it comes up with. There's resize, animate all, translate, bulk create, lots of options over here.
Wow.
But let's see. Replace the background. Okay. It's thinking.
So when you turn the little slider on, that instantly gives you the prompt window at that point that you're at, right? Okay, gotcha.
Yep, it pops up with the prompt window, and there we go. We have some GIFs. It's removed the background and given us GIFs. Okay, sure. Let's do like change the background.
Oh yeah,
Oops.
to like red foil.
Oh yeah.
Try that.
Let's see what happens.
Looks like wrapping paper, right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. I thought this when they showed this, I was like, "That's oh, check it out."
Okay, so it's I think it's using
getting
Adobe
there.
Stock there and pulling in Adobe Stock.
That's really cool. This was the next logical step, I think, when they first showed this. I was like, that makes a lot of sense because it is a little bit, we're learning how to do this in Firefly, and to add this to where they've added it into certain apps, particularly into Express, it's just a perfect like next step,
Yep.
right? This is cool.
So I'm curious like with how differently it will work if I like select a specific layer and then told it like, hey, make this image blue, right? So
Yeah.
I'm trying to like, hey, take this layer and change the color on it. I'm just curious if it's gonna like find the things to do for us.
So you just highlighted the one thing you want to be edited.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, and we have up here new controls. So the controls changed a little bit, and it looks like there are controls here. All right, so then we can adjust it here. We can auto enhance, do some effects. Different art styles that we can play around with. Color punch. So like if I wanted to do the duotone, I think that that's actually what I want to do. But I think that these Photoshop filters are new. We also can add
That's all new, yeah.
different shadows. So lots of new stuff here in Adobe Express, which is crazy.
Dare I say it's getting a little on the pro side there.
Right?
Just so many options. Like that's really, really something else. I
That's
love
so
that.
fun. All right, I'm gonna undo this because I need this.
Yes, I know.
Wait,
Always
can I go back? Hold
always,
on.
always duplicate.
Yep.
Always duplicate.
Okay, hold
Yeah.
on. Can I go back? Okay, show version history. This is what I want. So if you don't know, if you don't save things as like Cloud Docs, you should, because we can go back here and this is where I want to be. And so I'm going to go here, and I think that we can revert back. So let's go ahead and go here. We'll bookmark this, and this will be source. There we
A
go.
great tip too is to make anything you're going to use over and over again, convert it to a template in Express.
Yep.
And that'll show up in your project or your work. And that's fantastic. So you can always do a save as, and you keep a native file alive all the time.
Okay, so let's go ahead and Nick, I'm gonna actually, you don't have your screen. That's fine.
Oh, I could do it, but if you want, I did a little 3D thing down at the bottom. Go take a look.
Okay.
Go. You'll see a little red Corvette. There you go.
Okay.
So click on the 3D.
Is it this
It's
one?
that one, yeah. Let's see. Is it working for you?
No. Let me refresh real quick.
Oh yeah, there you go. So I wanted to give it something. A Coke bottle is pretty easy, right? Check this one out.
Oh, it did. Hold on. Let me shrink this
let's
down.
see. Okay,
There we go.
there you go. Nice.
Okay.
Move the top thing. Look at that. First of all, come on. How did it? Now move the top one.
Boom.
Come on.
That's pretty cool.
Wow. I mean, if you just need the quickest little, like, how many times do you have something you're like, I wish I had it in a different angle? There it is.
That's pretty crazy.
Like, it's almost turntable, but for like 3D.
Yep.
That's insane.
100%.
Wow.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's hop
Yeah,
over
take your
and let's
pick. Take your
talk
pick.
about, let's see here. We took a look at Express. Let's talk about the models real quick.
Here we go. Yes.
We have a bunch of different Firefly models. And I think that the newest one is this Firefly 3D model, which is new. But Nick, do you want to talk a little bit about the different Firefly models? And I'm actually going to try something on a side screen. All right,
there you
go for it.
So here they have announced all like true all-in-one AI creative studio with Firefly. So you've got images now, you had video, you now have audio and even vectors. So the idea here is that the new image model 5, super high resolution, better realism. They showed a few examples and they were even really, I loved how transparent they were. They were saying like the new 5 was eliminating a lot of this like AI kind of glow that you get in certain responses or certain results. So the idea there that it's getting more realistic looking was fantastic. The video tools, like we said, you have full unlimited credit until December 1st. So if you haven't tried the video stuff yet, I really highly recommend you guys use that as well. The new timeline-based video editor, that was mind-blowing. So you are literally using Firefly and for this video editing thing there as well, generative sound effects, and then text to avatar. That was pretty cool as well. So tons of cool stuff there. If you slide over to the right, it has a highlight of all of the new things. So you have image, you have vector, you have design, meaning like, what's my layout? Give me a postcard for a travel thing. You've got video, audio. The last two are, the sound effects.
Yep.
That was pretty cool too. And then like we've shown you the 3D modeling within Firefly. Pretty crazy.
So something else I wanted to try while Nick was talking was we played around a little bit with 3D, but we do have support for GLB files. I don't know if you know this, but GLB files, they're 3D files. And let me bring this over here. Can I lock this tab? No. Okay, that's fine. So this is the Substance 3D community. So substance3d.com, substance3d.adobe.com. And there is a community where people have different assets that they've created. And so with that, we have this asset here, and it's just like a little 3D model of a little guy. And so what we can do is we downloaded the GLB file here. And once we have this, let me go ahead and minimize this. I can come over to Firefly Boards, and we're going to be able to just grab this and drop it in.
Nice.
Wait for it.
Now,
Wait for it.
That's a 3D model already, right?
Yep.
So this is just previewing it in a whole new space.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So there's our 3D model. Let's go ahead and turn him around. Right? So if you do 3D and have like 3D models that you work with,
yes.
Oh, buddy, why are you cut off so much?
Aww.
There we go. We'll scale them down. So if you work with 3D models, or if you like have an idea for something and need a little model, go check it out on the community assets. See if there's any one that's built a 3D model that maybe you can use and play around with, and then you can take that and you can do all of your different rotations. You can see down here, he's got little feetsies.
That's fantastic, dude.
Right?
Wow.
Really cool.
I gotta try this. This is so I know like my students are doing a packaging project right now. And the fact that when you find that PSD mock-up that's the exact vessel or packaging you want, and it only comes in one view, now drop it into here, 3D render it, and turn it into any perspective or angle like you did with the Coke bottle.
Yep, 100%.
Oh my gosh. So that was pretty, how high so is it showing it pretty high resolution there?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to try it with, now you need to do, do you need to do background removal?
No. Nope.
Can you
just drag in a GLB file.
Oh, no. I mean, when you bring in an image, a flat image. So it has to have that, right? It's got to be a PNG?
Yeah.
All right, let me see if I have that. I'm going to try.
And let's try this. So I think that I can use Snapshot. Let's try this. Snapshot is just going to take like a screenshot of the area. So it just took a screenshot of the area. So in theory, we can do this. We can pose him how we want. So let's do this actually. Where is our little guy? Okay, over here. So let's play over here. So we're going to do a little snapshot and we're going to put him with a pose. And then we're going to put like the Coke can maybe in his hand. So let's grab both of these. I'm going to move them off the artboard and let's see if we can scale this. And then I think what we can do is we can start using things like Nano Banana and some of the partner models here to kind of create a little bit more of a look. So let's go ahead and remove the background. So we have this little guy. And I think that the pose is about where we want it. And then let's go ahead. You know what? Let's do this.
Yeah.
So we're going to grab these two images. So we're start here. And I'm going to go to generate image. We are going to use Nano Banana as a partner model. And then here we are going to say, make this spaceman the colors of the Coca-Cola bottle. Okay,
Ooh.
so let's do this. So we're going to start here with one of the little astronaut right there. And then we're going to get the Coca-Cola bottle right there. And then we are going to hit generate. And let's do like show me. Show me what it would look like to make the space. Okay, so we're going to use Nano Banana here. With these two images selected as our references, we are going to generate. And let's see what happens. It should, in theory, place the bottle pattern onto our spaceman in that same pose.
This is great. Oh my gosh. Wow.
So using partners like
So
Nano Banana, using partner models, you can really like remix and ideate your ideas with different things. And let's see right here. Boom.
Got
there we
some
go.
red in there.
Yep. All right. So we'll remove the background here. And now we got our little guy. Right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And then again, if we wanted to, we could convert him back into a 3D object.
Oh no.
Let's
Here
see
we
if this
go.
works. Yeah, right?
From 3D to flat back to 3D.
Yep.
Guys, where else are you able to do that? That's pretty cool.
Let's see if this will flip us around. There we go. Okay.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Wow.
And then we can see him in those different colors.
Gosh, it's so clean.
Right?
Wow. This is great. I love this little, I think this is one of those things they drop it and it's almost like we start finding out its best usage, you know?
Yep.
Where it works in your day. And again, if you need that different angle from something you've created, here's your chance to do that. That's awesome.
100%.
Cool.
All right.
That's
So
fantastic.
I'm going to delete these because I don't want this blowing up my computer. All right. So let's talk more features. We looked at the AI assistant. And we had a lot of different things in apps that were based. So we have Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, Nano Banana. This is something that you can use to do like quick edits using AI. We also have the tracking and masking in Premiere Pro, object masking.
Wow.
Really, really powered up. You can see, you can just select the object. It will mask it out for you. So the rotoscoping hours and hours and hours are saved. And then we also have one of our favorites, Turntable. We love Turntable. And you know what? This kind of looks like Benny. This kind of looks like our friend Benny.
Maybe they saw Benny a few weeks ago.
Right? And they were like, hey.
Like, he's the man. Like,
That's him.
Look at Benny. He's like, what is it? It's the best form of a compliment.
Imitation's the best form of flattery. That's what it is.
Flattery.
Yes. Okay, so from there we went on and we worked. There were a lot of like precision upgrades and just like efficiencies in working. I know Illustrator got a lot faster. Photoshop, generative upscaling using Topaz Labs, auto layer renaming. We saw that.
I
think in Katrina. No, Kelsey. I think.
Yeah, and yes, I think it was right before that.
Yep.
It was like they were showing how that is the perfect. That got the best response because I think people love when AI is actually saving them 30 minutes.
Yep.
Of naming layers. So they had a huge column of layers that were just layer 4, layer 5, right? And they're so specific of what's in there that it knew exactly how to name them. And it did it in a nice uniform manner. That was so good.
Yep. And even better image cleaning in Lightroom. I know that there are some new features for dust removal, enhancements for object removals, lots of really good stuff, and a ton of stuff in Premiere Pro. We talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
And motion effects. There are some motion effects templates, which is really cool. And yes,
90 new effects.
90 new effects.
Not 90.
90. All right,
90.
let's keep going on new features that actually came out. And then we'll go to sneaks.
Oh, here's some good stuff. Yeah.
Lots of stuff in Illustrator. My favorite is in Illustrator. Let me see if I have Illustrator open. I don't. Let me open Illustrator because I do want to show this one. Chat.
Oh, the font management was fantastic.
That's so good
really
now.
Good. So now you can go by vibe or feeling or mood, which was really cool. I love that.
Yep. So let me open our type panel here. And you know what? Let's use boards to its full potential. So I'm going to go here and let's go ahead and find a font. And we're going to do office hours. Office hours. I think that I misspelled that. Let's pull it up and see. No, I did it right. Okay.
Hey.
So let's say that we want to find our font. We can now use this type tool, which we have done in the past, but we can click here and it's going to give us a whole new world of fonts. So we can go to discover and check this out. There are so many options. We have trending fonts here. I have used this font forever. I know that it's trending now, but this has been one of my favorites. So
you were first to use it.
I was the first person to use it ever. So you can go in here and let's say that we want something fun. Let's see. Let's do something like maybe this. Ooh.
Now, is it a combination of? So first, I'm assuming it's what's on your system and what you have loaded. But
I'm on Discover More. So if you go to the Discover More
is outside
tab,
of that, right? Okay. Ooh,
I like Jumble.
Now this is amazing. So you've got the power of the Adobe font when you're on the web browser looking, and now it's right in Illustrator to mess around with.
Yep, 100%.
These are not downloaded already yet.
Yep. So you can go here and we can look in. We have Discover More, and you can see that we can filter by different. So this filter is if it's downloaded. We have show local fonts. We have fonts in this document. You can change your filters over here as well.
In this document. That's cool.
Yes.
Okay, how many times do you need to do that? Like, what? Let me get a quick read. How many fonts do I have in the file? Boom.
Yep.
There
100%. So you can see recently used here. You have your fonts. You can go into your libraries. This is actually a new one. You can see all the different fonts in libraries. So we have OH. These are the fonts that we use for office hours in our libraries. I don't think that we've had that functionality before.
Thank you, Adobe Font Gods. This is so good.
And just for fun, let's go ahead and show you when they were doing the Max like art. This is how you would do it. I think you would.
You're gonna do a little extruding and
so I think that you would just go here, right, like this, and then what you do is let's make these different colors. So I think these are all the same color and they had a different color background. Is that how it worked?
I think it went to like a white.
Okay.
It was just a white, like extruded background.
Okay, so we'll have these, and then we can go here, and we can just take our object, and we're going to go to the appearance panel. So we're going to go Window, open up the appearance panel, and then we are going to do effects, and we are going to add on a transform effect. Actually, let's do this. Let's add a new fill to the background. And that fill, we are going to have it be, let's have it be a gradient. Why not? Be crazy. So we'll go here, bring a new fill to the background, and then with this fill selected, we'll go to effects. We are going to distort and transform, and then we'll add in transform, and from there we can have it go like any direction. So maybe let's do like one this way, and then like 0.2 vertical. We're gonna add in a bunch of copies. So let's do like 30 copies. Oh, let's do like 200 copies.
Oh,
right. So this is, I think, how they're doing that kind of style. Is they are playing around with this kind of transform effect. And I think if I make this smaller, actually, what happens if I don't scale? Let's see here. Scale strokes and effects. Oh, that is probably gonna make it smaller. Okay, that's fine. But I think that this is how they are doing that. Is they're literally just doing an effect transform and creating like that cool little blend. On their effect. So let's go one here, one there, right? And so I think that this is what they're doing, but they're just doing it on different objects.
And then just turning it solid, making it super easy.
Yep.
It just has that like extruded kind of angle, and they're all going in different like vanishing points maybe. I love that. That's really cool.
So easy way to do that. Now you can also put on your own Max.
I think you're showing us here, bro, that they chose the wrong font. They should have gone with yours.
Honestly, I think that I am on
so much more commanding.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. So we go here. Oops.
Oh.
Let's do 100.
The A is just dropping in, going, look at that.
Yep. So I think that this is like the idea of how they did it, and then they probly like expanded each
intertwined.
Of these. It's gonna,
all the features.
All the features, every feature.
That looks cool.
Okay, so lots of fun stuff here. Again, we've talked about Firefly. We've talked about partner models now in Photoshop. I don't know if we talked about that. So partner models are now in Photoshop and available to you in Photoshop. If you open Photoshop and you try to generative fill, at the bottom, it will have options for different partner models for you to use.
That's great. They showed some really fun stuff there. That was kind of, again, made sense. All that stuff coming into Photoshop.
Right.
Perfect.
Okay, so let's do this. What happened at Sneaks?
Yeah, I picked some of my favorites here. There were some really good ones. Again, you guys can check out the videos are everywhere, particularly on the Adobe Creative Cloud, I believe, or Adobe Live has them. Right? Project Surface Swap. This was awesome. It allows users to change the material of a texture or an object in an image. So he showed a countertop that just looked bland in like a kitchen, and it had a ton of little things on it, like a trivet, a coffee mug, whatever. He brings in a sourced image and just says, turn it into butcher block wood. And it not only turned it in perfect perspective, but the lighting and the shadows of everything that was already there literally just swapped the surface of what was in that image. That was a game changer. Again, it's sometimes it's these little things that everyone sees and goes, you just saved me hours and hours of time.
Yep.
That was great.
So Project Surface Swap. Project Motion Map enhances the rhythm and flow of animations by applying principles of motion to make them look more natural and less clunky.
Yeah.
This one I think like would probably be in maybe some Express, maybe in some
Wasn't
After
it the
Effects.
I think it was Illustrator where they showed a tree with like a person, like it was all animated, really cool graphics vector, and a person hanging in like a swing, and you were able to put 2 pinpoints, and what it did was it understood exactly what you were trying to make it do, and the flow of that like animated vector was perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, no clunkiness.
Project Clean Take uses source separation to break down video, audio into components like speech, sound effects, music, allowing users to edit or remove
That
specific
was crazy.
This one blew my mind. I saw this one, and this was somebody was talking and like a train went by in the background, and they were able to like source out the different levels of
layers,
like them talking, like the birds,
sound.
the different layers of sound, and you could just like take out each of those. We've seen kind of a version of this with enhanced audio.
Yeah,
and even
this
in it
takes it a whole other level.
Yeah, even in like Adobe Podcasts, there's like some of that functionality, but this takes it to a whole nother level.
It's worth saying that every ambient sound behind the guy's voice was layered as like a layer in Photoshop, right? Now, he turns them all off, and it's just the voice enhanced beautifully. But then he says, that didn't sound natural. And he brought the birds like in a little bit, and even the train in a little bit. So it had that perfect ambiance behind it. It was great.
That's so crazy.
So good.
Next up, we had Project Turnstile, and this enabled editing 3D objects within a 2D image by allowing users to rotate them as if they were 3D models. Basically, what we're doing here in Firefly boards, and kind of what Turntable is. I think the exploration of like taking a static image and making it into a 3D is really interesting and like becoming more prevalent in a lot of different programs, which is really cool.
There was like an old car in like a field of like grass, and what he did was, in the perspective, he not only did they have this ability to turn it in 3D and move it around, but if he took a little bit of the like shrubs and moved it to the back, it knew the perspective. Like it didn't just duplicate it; it made it smaller, and it actually tilted it a little bit to be like exactly real.
Yep.
So good.
All right, and the last one was Project Light Touch. I saw this one too. This is crazy. Nick, have you seen this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so what they did, this was the coolest one, is they had like a pumpkin, and it allowed you to change where the light source was coming from, right?
And it was an orb.
Yep.
Like it was like a floating orb.
Yep. It was like a floating orb, and it changed like where the light was coming from, and then they pushed it into the pumpkin,
the nose,
it illuminated from the front, like 3D space
inside. So like imagine if you have that orb, and not only are you moving it right and left, but he showed like that 3D space it's in. So he starts moving it backwards, and it goes through the open nose of the jack-o'-lantern, and it lights it up.
Yes. It was crazy. And we do have it here. Let's see if we have, I'm trying to find, okay.
Oh, sure.
The video. I don't want to show like the whole video, but I want to show, this is the idea of what they were doing. So they had the image, and they were able to like change the pinpoint of where the light was to like reimagine the lighting on the actual image,
Look at that.
right?
Oh my gosh. That's there it is. And then I think right at the end he hovers it over the nose, right?
Yep. And then pushes it all the way through, which is crazy. There it is.
Oh, here it goes. Oh,
Shoop.
come on.
Right?
So that's the combination of not only turning it into a 3D, but then understanding what the image is.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
That
pretty
was great.
crazy.
Yeah. I got to say, she was probably one of the best co-hosts on Sneaks in quite a while.
Yes. It
She
was a
great.
really fun
Really
time
good.
over there.
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with her, but she knew, and she handled it like a pro. She knew we were all geeking out and we're nerds.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. So we also had Nick, hold on. What are you doing down here?
What am I doing?
There's some stuff at the
Oh,
bottom of the page. Were you doing
I'm
some
just
mock-ups?
trying. I want to see what this does because it's like, again, we're discovering it too. I brought in an image, and then I think, do you refresh it? Should
Yeah,
that
let me
work?
scale these down.
Yeah.
So what's happening, I'm finding with boards is that like everything, because there's no
There it
size,
is.
everything that I put in, I like look at it and I'm like, oh, it's gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like just making it harder to render. Nick,
Look at this.
this is so cool.
So again, when you have that fixed angle and you want to put it on something with a different camera angle or different background, here's your shot. This is so good.
This is great. Okay, so let's do
Wow.
this. Let's go ahead and let's do
Make
like
you could do like a kitchen background or something. Like
yeah,
a
yeah,
counter.
100%. Like if we wanted
Okay.
to do, actually, let's put it in a bubble.
Let's go.
We're big bubble fans.
What's gonna happen?
So let's do
Ooh,
bubble here.
It's a hot bubble.
And then I maybe want this to be like at an angle. Let's have it floating this way. Rotate a little bit that way. Okay,
I
cool.
see where you're going.
So now I'm going to take this and then we are going to do a little snapshot and we are
Mm-hmm.
going to snapshot and upscale. So it's going to enhance the resolution there. And then I can put it behind that bubble. Okay, like that.
Wow.
Oh, wow. The upscale worked crazy good. Okay, so the upscale, like, got us the idea.
What did you upscale? The bottle?
I did, yeah.
Oh my
when
gosh.
I upscaled the
Oh.
image.
I can look at it's even better on my screen. I'm watching the monitor.
Yeah.
I'm like watching a tutorial. Ooh, dude.
So I'm going to make an artboard over these two objects
Yes.
now. We're going to go here and let's just go ahead and let's see if I can. See, I want to copy it as a PNG. I want to copy like the whole thing. Let's see what happens when I paste this. I think it's still just going to paste. Yeah, dang it. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this. I want to like merge these two images. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's go here. Let's select this and let's generate a video. Why not? So let's generate video. Let's do Firefly video and let's do like hot sauce bottle floating in a bubble on
we're
a
breaking
black
the internet.
background.
We're breaking the internet. This is gonna be good.
Right? Okay, so we have that, and let's go ahead and we're going to use one of the partner models. So when we were talking about unlimited generations, this does not pertain to like the unlimited generations doesn't pertain to partner model video. It does work for everything else, but not for
Okay.
partner model video. So we will use generative credits, and I am going to use Nano Banana here to just combine these two.
Okay.
And we're gonna reference this image, and then we also are gonna reference the bubble.
Oh, I can't wait to see what this makes.
And
dude.
let's generate those two. And then let's use, I think we could probably use Firefly Video to see if we can get that bubble to move a little bit. Firefly Video does have unlimited generations until December 1st, if you want to use
Great.
that. So we're going to use Nano Banana here to combine those two images and then see what we come up with. All right, place that on the canvas.
Whoa.
Yes. Okay.
Whoa.
Right? So we're going to select this. Now let's go ahead and let's convert this. Let's do it to 3D first. So we're going to do it to 3D over on the side. And then from there, we're going to convert it to a video. And let's go ahead and use Firefly Video. Sure. And yeah, let's generate and see what that video looks like. And then let's see, this should be done here.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness. Hold on. It did it like vertically.
Oh wow. Okay, it read it as more.
It
of
read it as a flat, like
flat
a more
image.
flat image.
But you know the fun little mistake or the like mishap that could come from something like this, just exploring the features. it could actually create something that's totally usable and unique. Look
Yep.
at that. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
that's so interesting. All right, so the video is going to take just a second to generate, but chat, let us know what was your favorite thing that you saw at Max. Nick, would you have a favorite of all the things we talked about?
I got to say the name your layers thing was a great example of where I feel like AI could go and help. I'm loving seeing the boards getting a lot of love because we're using it and seeing the advantage of there as well. And I think seeing Express do some really cool things. I want to dive more into the Photoshop and Illustrator updates. I didn't get a chance to do that just yet. So I think this is that same feeling we get after Max each year where there's so many new things to explore. It'll come in time. You know when you're going to need it. How about you?
Well, and it's like a little overwhelming that it's like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, what?
Yeah.
I like the idea of the 3D. I love the idea of 3D in boards. I like boards a lot. I'm playing around with like just some different ideas of like, what could we use boards for? And so you'll see some of those here on Office Hours in the next week or so. We have a very fun activation that is launching. And here's our video.
Oh god! Oh my gosh!
Little bubbles, falls over hot sauce, right? So it gives you some ideas here to kind of play around with for our composition. That's
good.
Crazy. That's cool.
Nailed it.
All right, so we will be back next week for another episode of Adobe Office Hours. We'll be back in Firefly Boards doing some more work. And I think, hold on, let me
master
think.
all the new stuff. We're gonna master all the new stuff.
Yeah, I think we'll have some worksheets for you next week for Firefly Boards chat. We might have a little template for you to work off of that you can play around with us in Firefly Boards, which would be really fun. So tune in again next week, Tuesday at 10 a.m. And Nick, any advice for friends going into the weekend for all of the new things?
Catch up on all of the new stuff. Watch the keynotes if you haven't, and check out the sneaks. They're always a fun thing to look at for the future.
Yep. And if you haven't, you can go and open up your Creative Cloud desktop app and then make sure that you just go to updates over here. So go to updates and it's going to show you all the updates that are available. So partner models are only available in the newest Photoshop. Oh, and also, Nick, did you notice that they beefed up the app icons?
I did.
Yes.
Definitely there.
A little more chunky on the app icons. But you can update everything right here and see what is new for you. You also can go to apps right here and look at all of the apps that are available or look at the beta apps that you have. Premiere has a lot of those new features that you're talking about in the beta. After Effects as well. Project Neo, if you want to go play around with that. So check all that out. Look in your browser, Creative Cloud desktop app and update. And we'll see you next week for another Adobe Office Hours. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.